Once upon a time, when I was young, there was a dog named Jude, a sweet dog with a gold front tooth, which you don't often see with a dog, and I'm not sure how that happened. I was too shy a child to ask, and anyhow was diverted by the white duck crossing the street, who wasn't paying attention. Jude the dog saw it too and saved the day, a brave dog who was such a good boy. Jude lived nearby, but I never spoke to his owner, Aidan, being that he was so old and formidable to the eyes of a child, the boogeyman in baggy clothes, maybe 20 years of age, whose dog just happened to sport a golden tooth. One might expect with such a tooth for his dog, the owner might have a gold tooth too, but he didn't. Maybe just something he aspired to. He didn't even have a tattoo as far as I know, but loping about in those droopy jeans fallen to his butt and loose worn-out shirts with tails and long sleeves, I have no idea. But come to think of it, I may have spotted a spector on his bared sacrum once, and wouldn't be surprised if his whole body was inked with tortured souls in a garden of earthly delights where one wishes they'd taken the high road. This scary man, who sometimes wore a mask, another thing which put me off from asking about Jude's golden tooth. Jude, the dog who was all anyone could ever want, duck-saver and good soul, a dog I would have loved to call my own. But what of the white duck rushing to the other side? Why did the duck think it had to do that? If Jude the dog hadn't come to the rescue like a deus ex machina wagering in favor of some poor plaything's soul, the duck would have crossed over for real to the other side and met my dad. Probably my mom too, but Dad was the bird lover. I wonder, though, what Dad would have thought of a duck who wasn't exactly Frankie the parakeet I grew up with, whom my dad originally named Frank Sinatra. But when we found out Frank Sinatra was a girl, he became Frankie, who only loved my dad and no one else. In memory of Frankie and my dad, I'll call the duck Frank. Frank the duck was in a hurry that morning, and I wonder why. There was nothing to see, no ducklings nor even a hen, but Frank was so determined to get to where he was going on the other side, he didn't even see the dark clouds looming ahead to caution him the other way. Something we may have in common with Frank the duck. Thinking back, there may have been something to see, not very big nor very strong, maybe just a gnat, which is a tempting tidbit if you're a duck, and I think Frank was hungry enough to waddle to the fore of a front-loader, hauling stone from the drive of Jude's owner Aidan, neighbor and now likely suspect, due to the body of some unlucky traveler located under his driveway. Being young, I didn't question the goings-on in my neighborhood, and was more concerned with animal welfare. But truth be told, unlike Frank the duck, someone had met with an untimely end, and golden-toothed Jude was apparently helpless to intercede. It bears the question, though, who were Jude the dog and owner Aidan? Would-be arbiters of life and death? Makes me wonder, humbled in the presence of the great mysteries from beyond. Were this golden-toothed dog and man bearing secret carnal symbols, respective angels of life and death? So weird to think they lived together, too, as friends. Such are the questions which fill me.